think I will start. Um, I will start today because we have a lot of stuff. So anyway, um, good morning, everyone. Sabah khair. What I will do today is we will go through a revision of some stuff we did in the past, and then next week we will go back to our classes, to our normal lessons. So we yesterday we learned about must and mustn't, and I don't need to, or you don't need to. And we will continue with this next weekend, but for today we are going to have some revision about past simple and present perfect. So present perfect, it will be similar to I have done, and past simple to I did. So please, again, if you have any questions, please write them in the comments on the YouTube video. لو عندكم أي أسئلة اكتبوا. احنا النهاردة هنبقى مراجعة والأسبوع الجاي هنكمل في الدروس بتاعتنا. So first, we are going to review the past simple tense. So in the past simple tense, we have the pronoun, and then we have just the verb, and we have the past simple form of the verb. So usually for regular verbs الأفعال اللي هي العادية مش أفعال شاذة we add ed at the end. So watch will be watched, and it's the same for all pronouns. It doesn't matter. And past simple, we use it when we have something specific. So something that ended, something we know exactly when it happened, and then we can use past simple. So for example, I had my dinner at 8 o'clock yesterday. I watched a movie in the afternoon. I went to work on Monday. So something specific. I went to work. I finished my food. I finished the movie. Like we know what happened, and something happened in the past, and it's in the past. So let's, for example, let's look at a couple of like a couple of exercises. For here, I something, and we have the verb clean my teeth 3 times yesterday. So if it is in a like a usual thing, a habit, so if it is I my teeth 3 times a day, so I clean my teeth 3 times a day, that's present simple. It's continuing now to happen. Uh, but because it's yesterday, it's 3 times, it's yesterday, it's done. So we will have here cleaned. So I cleaned my teeth 3 times yesterday. It's gone and done. We have the verb clean. We add ed at the end because it's a regular verb. Another example, it was hot in the room, so I opened a window. Again, a regular verb, open, then we add ed at the end to make it a past simple form. So it was hot in the room, so I opened the window. This happened, it's over. If we want to have a negative form of the past simple, then we just before the verb we use did not or didn't. So we have our subject here. We have now our verb kind of becomes did. We use did as our helping verb to have a negative form, and then the verb comes in its infinitive form. So it will be I didn't or I did not clean. I did not open. So for positive, it will be like let's have a slide here. For a for a positive, it will be subject plus verb in past simple form. For a positive, version of the sentence. For a negative one, it will be subject plus did not or didn't, and then plus the verb in its infinitive form. So that's for all pronouns, for everything, we don't change the verb. So in the past simple, we don't change between, let's say, he and between they, and in the negative, we use didn't with everything. So I didn't, they didn't, he didn't, she didn't, you didn't, and so on and so forth. A couple of examples. I saw Barbara, but I didn't see Jane. So didn't or did not, and then the infinitive of see, which is see. So basically, the past simple from see is saw, and the infinitive for is see. She had a pen, but she have any paper. So had is the past simple of have, but because we are using the negative, we are using didn't, so we will use the infinitive, which is didn't have any paper. So how to ask a question about the past simple? We have how to say a positive thing in past simple, how to say a negative thing in past simple. How do we ask a question? Again, we go to our helping verb did. We have did at the beginning of the question. In the present simple, as you know, we use do or does. In the past, we use did with all pronouns, with all subjects. So I, did you, did we, did they, did she, did he, did it. And then we use the infinitive form of the verb. So it will be, if we want to ask a question, it will be did plus subject plus infinitive and then the rest of the sentence. And basically, these are what we call yes or no questions. So the answer, did you open the window, will be yes, I opened the window, or no, I didn't open the window. And let's But if we want to ask about yes or no question, did you do this or didn't, or did you do that? But what if we want to ask something else? We have a question like, yes. hmm So we have a question. I had a pen. Had, it will be our main verb. It's our verb. It's have. It will be uh, she had a pen. She had. That's the past simple form of have. So she had a pen. When we use didn't, our verb is still have, but now it becomes infinitive because we have didn't before it. Uh, so again, if you have any questions, ask, and then I will answer you. As So we have, if what if we want to ask about something? We have a like a question word. So what or how or where or why. Then it become we have the same format as here, but we add the question word before. So it will be kind of here. So we have our word that we are asking the question, like let's say where, why, how, when, and then the rest is similar to here. Did, and then the subject, and then infinitive version of the verb, and then the rest of the sentence. So What did you do last night? I played some video games. I read a book. How did the accident happen? There is an accident that happened, and we want to know how it happened. Where did your parents go for their holiday? Where did you go for your holiday? Did your sister call you? So this is our yes or no questions. We answer yes, she called me. No, she didn't. But for the rest, we have more of an answer. So where did your parents go? It's not a yes or no question. We say they went to Cyprus, they went to Spain, and stuff like this. What did you do last night? Again, I didn't answer yes or no. I answered I read a book. I played a game. I called my parents. So let's have a couple of examples. I watched TV last night. How about you? So we want to ask about the other person if they watch TV as well. So we have our, but we want to know if we can ask what happened, what did they do, or did they watch TV? So we can have a couple of questions here. We can say, what did you do last night? So here we have two versions of do. We have our infinitive do because it's our main verb, do, and then we use did because we're asking a question. So you can have two, you can have this, did you do? And basically we can ask also a yes or no question. Did you watch TV last night? So here I watch TV. I want to know if the other person watched TV as well. Another example, I enjoyed the party. How about you? I want to know if they enjoyed the party as well. So again, I want to know yes or no. So I will have my did at the beginning, and then my subject is you because I'm talking to somebody. Did you? And then my verb infinitive is enjoy. It's a regular verb here. It has ed to make it past simple. So we use the infinitive. So we remove the ed. Did you enjoy the party? And then the rest of the sentences, the party. Okay, so just a quick overview. We have like in the positive of when we use past simple, for a positive, we have a subject plus the past simple of the verb, past simple version of the verb. So I played, started, watched. These are regular verb. We just add ed at the end. Then we have past simple of irregular verbs. فعل شذ. Have becomes had, see becomes saw, do becomes did, and go becomes went. For the negative, then it makes life easier a bit because we don't care about whether it's regular or irregular. في الماضي احنا مش فارقة معانا الفعل ده عادي ولا مش عادي. كل in all of them we will just use didn't or did not and then the infinitive version of the verb. For a question, it's the same. It makes our life easier. We just use did and then the subject and then the verb, the infinitive version of the verb. So here is about, we are going to talk some more about when do we use it. So we use past simple when when we are talking about something that has finished, something that was done. So did you go for a walk on Tuesday, or did you have your lunch on at 2 o'clock or something like this? So something that happened and it was done. So it's a finished time. It's something in the past. In the past, it could be last week, last month, last year, yesterday. It could be some time in the past. So let's say it's at night, I say in the morning, so the morning that day, and then we use the past. So um, for example, here we arrived, and then we have the finish time. We have yesterday, last week at 3 o'clock, mainly. Let's say it's later that day, so it's 4 o'clock, and if we say at 3 o'clock, that means it's earlier. In 2002, that's pretty much in the past. 6 months ago, so we can use a duration and then ago. 2 days ago, 3 months ago, 5 years ago. So something that's finished. So again, here are examples. I arrived yesterday. She taught last week. Last is a good indicative of this. I talked on the 25th of August. So last August. They laughed 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and so on. So basically something that was done. We can use like something like this. We when we ask about the time, we usually ask about the past or future, or maybe present. What time is it now? But here we can use what, like we want to know at what time something happened. So when is our question, or what time, that means we're asking about, basically they mean the same thing, at what time. So when or what time معناها امتى أو متى. Um, so when did you buy your computer? It's basically something that was done. We know we want to know when something was finished or when something started. So even if like when did you start this lesson? And that's how we started at 11. So we have some of our question words. Here are examples of our question words. Like in this example is when, what time. Then we have, as I said before, with our question formula, we have did, and then the subject, and then the verb in its infinitive form. Now that we have a quick overview over past simple, we're going to look at present perfect. So we said that past simple about something that happened in the past and was done. What about something that wasn't done or something that has an effect right now? Then we use the present perfect. So we we can use it like something that has been going until now. I have stayed at home since Monday for the lockdown. I haven't gone out. So basically, it's something that started in the past and still going on. Hopefully, not for long. Um, so we want to describe something that either happening in the past and still continuing, or something that was that has an effect right now. And the way to use it, or we have to use the past participle version. So let's look at the formula here. We have the subject, and then we use have or has. These are our helping verbs here. So basically, for I, you, we, they, we use have, and then we use the past participle form of the verb. So break, the past participle of it is broken. So break, past simple would be broke, and then broken is the past participle. For he, she, or it, we use has, and then again the past participle form of the verb. So started is a regular verb. Start is the infinitive. Started is the past simple, and started is the past participle. So somebody's asking if present perfect is the same as past participle. Yes and no, it's not really. We use the past participle in present perfect. So for present perfect, we always need the past participle. Always we need the past participle. But sometimes we can use the past participle in other ways to describe something. So we can say the window is broken. In Arabic, it will be sifa. Um, so it will be an adjective this way. So the window is broken. This is not past perfect, present perfect, sorry, but we are using the past participle version of the verb. Um, the what else? Yeah. So this is one example of using it. We also use it when we don't know we in a passive voice. So if we don't know who did it, المبني المجهول بالعربي. Um, so the door was opened. So basically, we are saying somebody opened the door. We don't know who. So was is our verb, our main verb here in that sentence. So let me put it in a slide. So past participle is is not always used in present perfect. So we have examples. Then we have, let's say, we have our example, the window is broken, or the door was opened. So yeah, it's not always the case. So I'll go back to my present perfect. And again, if you have any questions or if that answer was not clear, please ask. So past or present perfect, subject, has or have, depending on the subject, and then the past participle form of the verb. So let's say our fan, like he has a story for us about Bill Gates. So let's say Bill Gates is our subject here. Our verb is be, uh, and then arrest. Well, arrest will we use it here. So we will have here two past participants, which is what I was saying before. So our verb is be. So Bill Gates has, because Bill Gates, it's like he or she, it would be has been the past participle of be, and then, so this is past participle. And then we use the past participle of arrest, arrested as well. But now because it's passive, it's مبني للمجهول بالعربي. So now somebody arrested Bill Gates. So Bill Gates is arrested. But because it's present perfect, we have two past participles. The first past participle is been, because this is our main verb. The second past participle arrested because it's a passive voice. Uh, so this is an example of what I was saying. Um, yes. So for example, here or the window, we can say somebody, and we use somebody, he or she or it, so it would be has, and then we want to somebody broken the it's not like the window, the verb here is break. Break, the past participle of it is broken the window. This is the rest of the sentence. So subject, has or have, and then the past participle, broken, and then the window, the rest of the sentence. So what if we want to use the present perfect in questions? As in our in past simple or present simple, we use our helping verb. And like in the past, it was did. In the present simple, it was do or does. In the present perfect, it will be has or have. So we want what like we it will be here has or have plus the subject plus the past participle of the verb and then the rest of the sentence. When do we use the questions? Well, we want to ask about something that happened, but we don't know. It's a general question. We don't know when it happened. So I can ask, have you traveled to Europe or have you traveled to the United States? So we don't know when it happened. I'm not asking if you traveled to the United States last month or 2 months ago or last year. I'm asking if you have done it in general. So we are asking something in general. If I see the window like is broken right now, and I ask somebody, "Oh, have you broken this window?" So I don't know when the window's broken. I didn't ask him if he broke it 2 hours ago or 5 minutes ago. I'm asking in general, have you broken this window? So somebody is asking a question about has been changed. Well, to change has been changed into the passive. Has been changed is passive. So has changed change يتغير أو has changed تغير. So in Arabic بالعربي تغير. So has been changed. uh, if we translate it in Arabic it will be مبني للمجهول غير. I think it has been a while. So لو احنا بنتكلم حاجة يعني has been changed هو مبني للمجهول، وهتبقى زي مبني المجهول في العربي. زي غير كسر النافذة، كسرت النافذة. وهكذا أنا العربي بتاعي في المبني المجهول يعني مش مش قد كده. آم، بس أحيانا كتيرة زي في العربي أو في الإنجليزي بنستخدم حاجة قبلها، إن إحنا ممكن ما نعملهاش مبني مجهول، بس ممكن نعمل حد كسر الشباك. آه، فمش شرط إن تبقى يعني ممكن تبقى مبني مجهول، أو ممكن تبقى مش مبنية للمجهول بس مش عارفين مين عملها. في حاجة بس عاوز أقولها في العربي، إن إن إحنا ما عندناش حاجة مساوية لل present perfect. In Arabic there is not really present perfect. It it depends on the sentence. Um, ف فده فرق نخلي بالنا منه. So let's the time was like has been changed last night. So time, the clock has been changed. So this is passive. If we want, um, so I came into in the morning, I looked into my clock in the living room and I saw that somebody changed it because the time changed. So the clock has been changed. Or I can say Matthew has changed the clock. I don't know when he did it. Maybe he did it an hour ago, maybe he did it last night, but I don't know when, but I know that he did and it's still changed right now. Therefore, we're using present perfect. So has been changed, has changed, both are present perfect, but because we have to be, like we have the verb be and then the past participle, it makes it passive. So if you have any more questions, ask please. And then for the present perfect for questions, as I said, our formula will be um, like has or have, and then the subject, and then the past participle, and then the rest of the sentence. We use has or have if it's um, a regular verb. So, sorry, if it's a yes or no question. So, have you done this? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. But if we have a question word, So it will be the question word. Let's say why, when, how, what, for example. Then plus has or have plus subject plus past participle and then the sentence. All right. And then let's look at, so this is a bit of an overview of present perfect. In English, we have kind of five forms of the verb. We have the infinitive. We can use it as a simple form for some subjects. So I, you, they, we. Then we use the infinitive of the verb. So I help, I carry, I earn, you help, they carry, we earn. But for the subjects, for individual like subjects that are not here, so let's say he, she, it, then we use the infinitive, but we add s or es sometimes. But it's basically he helps, he carries. We added an I here, IE, because there is a Y here, we changed it to IE. There are some rules to it, but I will not go into it now. If you have any questions about it, please ask. Somebody asked if there is a difference in the translation between past simple and present perfect um, of the word change. I don't think there is. And if we want to translate the word itself, maybe depending on the sentence, it can have a different meaning. In Arabic, there is a lot of context there. So I'm not sure, to be honest, if there is any difference. Maybe there is, but we use it in a similar way. If you have a particular example you think there is a difference, please tell us, and then we'll try to answer. But if not, then yeah. So basically, yeah, I don't think there is a difference in translation. In Arabic, I would say الساعة اتغيرت. Um, in Egyptian Arabic at least. لقد تغيرت الساعة in more فصحى لو أتكلم فصحى بس الساعة تغيرت لقد تغيرت الساعة ما فيش فرق في اللي هو حاجة كانت لسه حاصلة أو حاجة حصلت زمان بس يا بتهيألي هي دي ما فيش فرق بينهم. Okay, so I'll go back to my forms of the verbs. And then again, if you have any questions, please ask. Past simple. So we have the simple form without an S, the simple form with the S, that's for with he, she, and it. In the simple form, we have with I, we, they, you. All right. And then we have the third one is our past simple form. So we have our past simple this is something happened in the past. I talked about it today. And we, for regular verbs, we just add ed. So help become helped, carry becomes carried. And again, notice that we didn't just add ed, we changed the y into I here. Earn becomes earned. And it doesn't matter what the subject is, all of them will have the same format for the past simple. For the third one, this is we have ending in ing. We use it in continuous tenses, so present continuous, past continuous, and then it will be the subject plus he plus is, are, am, and then the verb, and then we add ing to the verb. So for regular verbs, we just add ing. But for most verbs, for ing, we just add ing. It doesn't change that much. And then we have the past participle form. So for past participle, let's say in present perfect, we have the subject, has or have, and then the past participle. For the regular verbs, الأفعال العادية, الأفعال المنتظمة, we just add ed at the end of the verb, so it looks similar to the past simple. The difference between, so the verb looks the same, helped, helped. The difference between this form and this form is that we have has here and we don't have it here. That makes it present perfect, and that makes this the past participle, but the verb looks the same. And then we have irregular verbs أفعال غير منتظمة أو أفعال شاذة في العربي. So fall, for example, will, like we have for the simple and adding the s, it's the same, like there is no change for irregular verbs. So I fall, he falls, I break, she breaks, you choose, he chooses, or she chooses. For the past simple, this is what changes. For past simple and past participle. The past simple from fall is fill. The past simple from break is broke. The past simple from choose is chose. It's just one O less. For ing form, as I said before, we just add ing. It doesn't change between regular and irregular verbs. ما بتتغيرش ما بين الأفعال المنتظمة والغير منتظمة. We just add ing. Past participle, this can be similar or different than the past simple. So fell becomes fallen. So I fall, I fell, I have fallen. Break, broke is past simple, and then broken in the past participle. So I break, I broke, like I have broken. In the choose becomes chose in the past and chosen in the past participle. She chooses, she chose, she has chosen. I'm focusing on this because the simple form is very similar, whether it's with an S or without an S. The ing is the same for regular and irregular, so this is why I'm focusing on the past simple and past participle. So let's look at using both, like the difference between present perfect and past simple. So as I said, for questions, we are asking for present perfect, we are asking something general. We don't ask something specific, no specific time. So have you, has he, and then the past participle form, and then the rest of the sentence. For past simple question, we have did, and then the subject, and then the present simple or the infinitive version. The reason I'm saying infinitive, not just present simple, because if I have, let's say, he, in the present simple, it will be he helps. So the present simple is helps, but if I'm asking with did, it will be did he help? So it's not did he helps, it will be the infinitive version. All right, so let's look at some comparison between the present perfect and the past simple. I have lost my keys. It's something general. I don't have my keys right now, and I didn't find them, and I haven't found them until now. In the past, it will be I lost my keys last week. So last week, I know I lost my keys, and then I got them back, or I got new keys, but something that happened. Ben has gone home. So he's not here now. He has gone home, but I don't know when. Like I was in my room when I came out, Ben was not there. Ben went home 10 minutes ago. So Ben went home. I know exactly he went at 11:30 that he went home. Have you seen Kate? Where's Kate now? So I'm asking about generally. Have you seen Kate? Did like in in the past? I don't know. In general, have you seen her? Where's she now? I'm looking for her. But if I'm asking the past, did you see Kate on Saturday? So basically, I'm asking specifically. I want to know if you saw her on Saturday. I want to ask if you saw her 2 days ago. In the questions, it will be, have you ever been to Spain? So I'm asking in general, in your life, in your life, until now, have you ever been to Spain? Hopefully you will be at some point, not right now, but have you ever been in Spain? It's a nice place. And then in the past, did you go to Spain last year? So I'm asking specifically, did you go to Spain last year? Uh, and then the answer for this, yes or no. My friend is a writer. He has written many books. So he has written many books. He's still writing books. He is a writer. He's still alive. He's still writing. He's home now with the lockdown, so he has nothing else to do. In the past, Shakespeare wrote many plays and poems. So Shakespeare in the past, he's done writing. He's not writing anything more because he is dead. So Shakespeare wrote something that happened and it was finished. Sam hasn't phoned me yet. So I'm waiting for a call from Sam and he hasn't phoned me yet. But in the past, Sam didn't phone me yesterday. So the negative version hasn't, the negative version be didn't. So I'm talking about yesterday. Sam didn't phone me. We lived in Singapore for 6 years. So we have lived there for 6 years. We are still in Singapore. We lived in Glasgow for 6 years, but now we live in Singapore. So before we are in Singapore, we lived in Glasgow, but we are done. So I can say I have lived in Newcastle for 3 years. I lived in Dublin for a year. So I left Dublin. I'm done with Dublin. I have been living, I have been in Newcastle for 3 years. I might leave, I might not, but yeah, so I like it. I might stay a bit more. So now we are going to answer questions with, I think, where we will compare the question with the answer. Let's look at the exercise. So basically, we are given a question and then we are answering it. So let's look. Have you seen Kate? This is in present perfect because we don't, I'm not asking specifically, I'm asking in general. Have you seen Kate? I'm not asking, have you seen her this morning? Have you seen her last night or anything like this? So the question is in present perfect because it's a general question. The answer, however, is yes, and then 5 minutes ago. So ago is a key word that indicates it's a past simple sentence. So because we have something specific here that is in the past, then we use our answer will be actually in the past simple. So I saw her 5 minutes ago. All right. Have you started your new job? In general, I don't know. I heard you're talking about a new job. Have you started it? I don't know when. Yes, last week. So last we talked about it earlier today that it is a keyword for present simple, for past simple, sorry. So it's specific. It's last week. So I I have, sorry, I started it last week. Have your friends arrived? Yes. Again, the question is general, so we're using present perfect, but the answer is specific. It's 5 o'clock. So yes, they arrived at 5 o'clock. So now we know exactly when it happened. So if you notice here, the answer does not need to be the same tense as the question, depending on the sentence. The question, if it is general, can be present perfect, and if it is like specific, it can be past simple. Has Sarah gone away? Well, we have a specific time here, Friday, so that becomes something in the past simple. So she went away on Friday. Have you worn your new suit? Again, we have something specific. Yesterday. So yes, I wore it yesterday. So wear is an irregular verb. The past simple of it is wore, the one I used, and the past participle is worn, which is used in the present perfect here. In this exercise, we're going to check if the sentences are right or correct or incorrect, and then correct it if we need to. I have lost my keys. I can't find it. So something happened in the past and still has an effect now because I can't find it right now. So they have used present perfect, which is the correct way. So I have lost my keys. Have you seen Kate yesterday? So here, yesterday is something specific. So we cannot really, this is incorrect because something specific in the past. So that will be incorrect. And the correct version will be, did you see Kate yesterday? So instead of present perfect, it should be in the past simple because it's yesterday. It's something specific. I have finished my work at 2 o'clock. Again, something that ended in the past, something specific. So it was done. It's over at 2 o'clock. So I have finished. It's incorrect because that's present perfect and we should use past simple. So that's incorrect. And the correct one will be I finish my work at 2 o'clock. I'm ready now. I have finished my work. Well, it's something that's gone, so it's over. Well, but we don't have a specific time. I don't know if I have finished my work like an hour ago or 2 minutes ago or or 6 hours ago. So that will be correct because I'm ready now and something that has happened, my work finishing has an effect right now. I am ready now. We have a question here. Yes, now, Daniel. So we have a question of um, have you seen him last year? Yes, because it's something specific. So this is incorrect because it is specific time. So it should be, did you see him last year? That's the correct form. But I have to say something here. In in general, when you're having a conversation with people, it might be used as well. So if you say, have you seen him last year? I think the more correct way is, did you see him last year? However, people might ask this. You can still use it in conversation. People will not be very confused, but there are sometimes stuff we use in conversation that's not necessarily correct. But we have a specific time, last year. If I want to say if I want to use last year and then maybe use present perfect, I would say, have you seen him since last year? So since is a word that indicates it's a present perfect. So in any time from last year, but that means any time from last year until now. So let me write it here. Have have you seen him since last year? This is correct. Why? What's the difference between here and here? Well, here, my question is very specific. During last year, during 2019, have you seen them? Here, I'm talking about since last year, since 2019 until now, in the past 4 months, have you seen him? So it's something open-ended. Since have you seen him since 2018? So it's something general. So when we have since here, we usually have present perfect. So even though last year is used both in both cases, since makes it different, makes the meaning different. So I'll go to my next exercise. What time have you finished your work? So I can see that you finished your work. So this is incorrect because you finished something that happened. You finished. Finished always indicates something in the past or something that is done. So this is incorrect, and the correct answer would be what time did you finish your work? Sue isn't here. She has gone out. This is actually correct because she's not here. I can see that she's not here. So she has gone out. Present perfect because it's general. I don't know when did she go out. She could have gone out again an hour ago. She didn't come back from last night. She went out this morning. I don't know. Because it's not specific, they have used present perfect. She's is short for she has. And then Steve's grandmother has died 2 years ago. So again, we have specific time 2 years ago. So this is incorrect. And the answer will be she, like Steve's grandmother, died 2 years ago. So it's something a bit more specific. Sorry. Where have you been last night? So last night, it's something specific. So this would be incorrect. So something that was done last night. You're here now. I'm talking to you. So where were you last night? Have still time. Let me go into this next exercise. So in this exercise, we are going to either use the present perfect or the past simple versions of the verbs. So my friend is a writer. He write many books. So we have seen this before. He's a writer. He's still a writer. He could still continue writing. So basically, we can use present perfect because he has written. Write is an irregular verb. The past simple is wrote. The past participle written. if the sentence, this is a general, he has written, he's a writer, he could still be continuing writing. But if I had he, like, let's say, wrote 2 books last year. So in this case, it's specific, we can use past simple. But here it's general, so present perfect. We, a holiday last year. Um, so basically, we, last year it's specific, so we didn't have a holiday last year. I'll go through this quick to allow some time for our next lesson. But please, if you have questions, write them on the video, even if I'm done with the stream, and then I can answer them later on. أنا هروح في الإجابات دي، هروح شوية بسرعة. لو عندكم أي أسئلة اكتبوها في تعليقات على الفيديو حتى بعد ما نخلص، وهحاول أجاوب عليهم الأسبوع الجاي. I played tennis yesterday afternoon, so it's something specific. So here it will be past simple. I played tennis yesterday afternoon. What time you go to bed last night? So it's again something specific. So what time did you go last night? Because it's specific. A famous person you ever meet. So ever is a good word to indicate that it is something present perfect. It's general. Ever in your life. Have, it will be have have you ever met? Met is the past participle of meet. So in this case, the past simple and the past participle are the same. Met, met, but they are both irregular, so it's not just we added ed. So ever have you met a famous person? The weather very good yesterday. So the weather, it's yesterday specific, so it's past simple. So wasn't very good yesterday. I think I will stop here because we need to allow time to our next lesson for the grammar and reading and grammar class. And I will answer the rest of the exercises and post them online on the blog, and then you can, like, Yanira will post them online, then you can have access to them. All right. Thanks everyone, and thanks for joining. And then see you next week. All right. Bye bye. Salam.